we're Sunset Sheds of Arizona, here in the state of Arizona. We have 4 locations currently, Fort Mohave, Quartzsite, Vicksburg, and Tonopah, and we're always expanding. I've been self-employed almost my entire working life, I guess. So you start with pushing a lawnmower in the state of Kansas, owning your own little lawnmower business, right? I've done several things. Kendra and I were traveling with the kites and wind spinners and just go where we want.
Good morning, folks. It's Curt and Kendra again with My Wind Stuff, and we're here in Colton.
We got in the kite and wind spinner business. We rose that to the top. We were the largest premier kites and design dealer in the United States.
It's Kendra taking care of a customer.
Sometimes we leave and you want to turn left or turn right, and those produce opportunities. And somebody said, you got to go to Quartzsite, so we come out here, and then all of a sudden here come Graceland Portable Buildings. I rented a Graceland Portable Building, and we put in a flag shed in that Graceland Portable Building alongside with our kite and wind spinners.
Because a lot of times we put these back in the packages for the customer.
It was a rent to own. We had it for 6 months. We went to turn it back in, and the person we rented it from said, hey, you guys ought to consider being a Graceland dealer. And we said, well, we can't. We're in the kite and wind spinner business. This is what we do. These communities rely on us. And I don't know, a couple days later, I think it got brought up again, and we jumped in and had to balance what we were going to do and how we were going to do it successfully. And so here we are. We're very vested in the community. We do a lot. We're on the chamber, we do events, we're always donating to this, that, or the other, and we're very vested in the community. So I think the community's bought into us. Quartzsite is very unique. It's kind of a 6-month community. We literally, this is without exaggeration, we go from 2,500 people to over 1 million. So they've projected 1.4 million people have been here, throughout the winter. Our kite and wind spinner business was very successful. We made a lot of money doing that. And so now we have to replace that income. Here it's a challenge. It's tough because, like I said, we go to 2,500 people. But the only way we could make the type of money we wanted to make was to branch out, sell more buildings. And because we're such a seasonal community here in Quartzsite, when this one is down, the other ones are selling, and it's kind of a rob Peter to pay Paul deal. As long as we continue to put up the numbers, we'll continue to grow. We did the 2nd location. Hey, this is working. We considered doing a 3rd, and the company was behind us. A big difference between the buildings we offer and sell here in Quartzsite and that we sell in Tonopah and Fort Mohave. We sell a lot of little buildings here in Quartzsite. 6 by 12s, 10 by 12s, so there's 64 RV parks in town. Fort Mohave is a little different. There's people there year round. You do have seasonals that come and go there, but you have a more stable community environment there. Schools and kids, and we don't have a lot of that here. In Tonopah, everybody owns an acre or 5 or 10, so we're like the 1440 capital of selling buildings here. They all come in for the big stuff. People don't come in here to buy it just because it had a discount on it. We might list that this is pre-owned, just save dollars, but we don't do the standing discounts at all. Promote the value, not the price. And if we educate the people that, hey, when you go see something that's on sale and you really think you're getting a deal, you're probably not. It's a ploy to get you in there. Well, how'd you hear about us? Well, I heard that stupid ad on the radio.
2.0 from RVer TV and
Sunset Sheds of Arizona
in Quartzsite. Because
buying a shed doesn't have to suck.
But it works. But we do go outside the box a little bit. It's hard not to bump into Sunset. I had a customer call one day. I said, well, how'd you hear about us? He said, how can't I hear about you? Every time I turn on Facebook, there you are. I drive down the street, there you are. I turn on the radio, there you are. How can I not? We do that and we try that stuff. I'm not saying you got to spend that kind of money and do all that stuff. That's going to be your success, okay? But it feels good to be able to do a big 40-foot interstate billboard.
There it is. Sunset Sheds of Arizona.
Last year we did 150 koozies. We put them in a box out here.
Come on into Sunset Sheds of Arizona here in Quartzsite. Get yourself a koozie. Okay? As long as you're singing, whistling, or humming our jingle, and it'll be attached to this so you'll know how to prepare yourself. Come on in here, pick yourself a koozie. In these koozies, there's prizes.
There was about $3,000 worth of stuff in those koozies. But it was just all in fun. But no, we just hope they have a good experience and they tell their friends, because referrals is best. I don't care how much of those banners you do, billboards, advertising, white sheet, Facebook, whatever. The best advertising we all know is referrals.
James here, Sunset Sheds of Arizona, Fort Mohave.
We've been very blessed with the people that we have on our team.
Hey y'all, Victoria here at the Sunset Sheds of Arizona, Tonopah lot. And today is a very special day.
Hey folks, Curt here, Kendra and Nanda, Sunset Sheds of Arizona on the Quartzsite lot.
This is Lily again with Sunset Sheds of Arizona. We got a lot of pre-owns on our lot this last week and I want to show you them. Come on inside.
That can do what you need them to do and still produce.
Really hope to be here. So today,
The training that Graceland provides is over the top. I mean, it's very good. I don't think there's another company out there that gives the amount of training that Graceland has to offer, between the boot camps and the, just picking up the phone and calling somebody and saying, hey, I need some help here. What do I do? Graceland has a lot of investment in their dealers. When you consider the amount of money that they have in inventory sitting on the property here, and the amount of marketing materials that they provide for us, the amount of training that they give us for free. And so all we have to do is perform. And by performing, they're going to pay us pretty decent to do that. So they have the risk, really. So if you're looking for an entrepreneurship without a lot of investment, you look around here, there's a lot of investment. We have conference tables, we got big desks, we got computers, it doesn't have to be quite this ridiculous, so you don't have to be over the top. So you can do it with a minimal investment. They're the ones with the big investment, investing in you as a dealer. The opportunity there, depending on where you're at, can be great. You can make a pretty good living doing it. So if you don't mind accepting some no's once in a while to get to the yeses, when you get the yeses, the reward's pretty good. We're pretty vested in with what we do, and we are. We're looking at growth. And for us, our business is good. We got lucky that Graceland happened to be the one that we rented, and that happened to be the one that we started dealing, and then we come to find out, it's our opinion, it's the best brand out there.